get this done. Okay. Okay. Okay, hello everybody. Let me make sure you're on here. Let me get them on here. Okay. Let me make sure you're on here. So I'm not doing much today. I'm just going to make creamy linguine. I'm just going to make a creamy blended tomato shrimp linguine. I have some Julian sun-dried tomatoes I'm going to put in it. And then I'm just going to make like an Alfredo sauce with it. And then I think what I'll do is I'll take some of it and put it in the oven. And some of it I won't. I just want to make sure you're on here. There you are. Okay. Wait a minute, I can't see. Let me push this up a little bit. Let me see if I can see my head there. I just got to see it, make sure I can see my head. I'm like all befangled today. So, just give me 1 second here. It delays it a little bit. So, how is everybody day? Good. I'm going to preheat my oven to 375. You still can't see my head. What's going on here? What is going on here? Let me see there. That might be better. All right. So let me wash my hands first. And then I think I should be okay now. And then what I'm going to do is, I already did my pasta. I just got that done. So I didn't have to put that on white. So, let me, I just want to wipe that, rinse that out a little bit. Alright. I don't know why my head's not showing here. Alright, let me get my pasta out. I'm going to put some in the oven, and I'm not going to put some in the oven. I'm going to put my oven on 375. Oh, I can see it there. It must just be that one spot. Okay. Oh, nothing comes over here. Alright. So, I'm going to take, I use whole wheat. I always use whole wheat pasta noodles. As a rule, I do. Once in a while, I get the white, regular ones. I try not to. I like the whole wheat better. But once in a while, for Amanda and them, I get the right ones. But I don't think they really care either way. So, and I made extra. So this is going to be like a double batch. So, I just want to get this all out of here because I'm going to use this pot again for my. All right, so I'm gonna put a little water on that. Okay. So I'm gonna put some olive oil in here. And I'm gonna put these shrimp in here. They're really already cooked, so I don't really have to cook them a lot. I just wanna get them a little bit. Like I said, they're already cooked. They're still kind of cold, so I want to get them a little seasoned up. These are already deveined, and the shells are off, and the shells are off of them too. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in this. And I'm going to put a little paprika in this. Now all this I'm not going to put shrimp in because Amanda doesn't like shrimp. So, and plus I made a little extra for me to take and some of the pasta I'm going to take and make it the way I usually make it, with a little bit cold, just leave it cold for some dressing and some Italian dressing on it. So I put a little paprika in there also. You don't have to do that, I just did, just to give it a little boost. I'm going to take a little bit of this oil that's in these sun-dried tomatoes and put in there also. Okay, so I'm just going to stick all this in here because I'm going to take and blend it down so it's all smooth. I think sun-dried tomatoes are awfully hard to eat otherwise. It would only be a half a cup, but because I'm making extra. And then I'm going to take and put these onions in there also. I'm not going to use all the onions. I'm going to save a couple for a little bit for my pasta stuff. So, like I said, I like pasta just with some Italian dressing on it. A little bit of onion, a little bit of olives in there. So, you don't need a lot of, I'm going to save that piece for my cold pasta. Okay. And then I'm going to take about 3 or 4 of these, 3 or 4 tablespoons of that minced garlic. And put in there. Just throw some in it, however much you like. I don't like a lot of garlic, so, but like I said, I'm making a double batch, so I'll use 5. That should be good. Okay, let me get this garlic back in the bag. Yeah, I just have these shrimp just so I can get them warm a little bit. And then I'm going to pull them out. And I'm going to put in my red sauce. And then I'm going to put this in here, then I just want to get it I'm going to put a little water in there. For that. About a cup of water should do it, I think. Okay. A little bit more water in there. I had a cup for a half a cup of the sun-dried tomatoes, and I actually used the whole cup because I used the whole thing. So. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I can move this back then because I don't really need this anymore. Like I said, I usually just use that for the, because the sun-dried tomatoes can be very hard to eat sometimes, you know. I think sometimes they're kind of chewy. All right, I'm going to take my shrimp out of here. Let me turn this off real quick. Take this shrimp out of here. And I'm going to leave that little bit of bloody stuff in there. I just want to get all the shrimp out of here. And then we're going to put this sun-dried tomatoes in here, and then I'm going to add some milk and some cheese and some Parmesan. Add a bunch of stuff to it. You can actually take and put on any seasonings you want in yours. So, just want to get all these out of here. I think that's the last one. It is. All right, so then we're going to take this. I'll put that in there for now. We're going to take this and pour this into here. Let me get a spatula. I don't want to cut myself with this thing. Me and sharp objects do not get along. So, like I said, I'm going to actually take some of this and I'm going to take some of it and put it in the oven. And some of it I'm not. I'm going to put that right there so that I don't cut myself. Alright, let's get the rest of this out of here. So then, get the lid. It has a little bit on it too. Waste not, want not, right? Okay. I'm going to put these shrimps up here so I can put this down in there. I'm going to put a little water in that a while. I'm just going to put a little bit of, oregano in it. Not a lot. I didn't put this on the recipe card because you can just put anything in it you want in it. But I'm going to put a little oregano in there. So I'm going to turn this on. And then to this I'm going to add my heavy cream or half and half and some heavy cream. I think I'm going to do some of each. You can do either or. So Um, Alrighty. I'm gonna put a I gotta do it extra in, so I'm gonna put probably about a cup of each in there. I might only do a half a cup of this, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna start out with a half a cup. Let's see what we got here. Just trying to make a decent sauce for that, but I don't want too much, but I want to make sure I have enough too. It's almost like a, looks like a vodka sauce. I don't know if you can see it. Here, I'll show it to you. See, it looks like a vodka sauce there. That's what it reminds you of. I'm gonna just get a spoon and see what it tastes like. I can smell the garlic. It's got enough garlic in it, for sure. I'm gonna put about another cup of that in there, the heavy cream. Alrighty. So then I'm gonna take I grated up the mozzarella, but I didn't grate the Parmesan up. I just got it already grated. I'm going to take a little bit of that Parmesan. I want to save some for on the top because, like I said, I'm going to bake it also. So, put a little bit of that in there. And I'm going to stick a little bit of dried Parmesan in there also. See how that does it. Depends on how cheesy you want it. I'm trying to, I've been eating way too much cheese, so I'm trying to go down a little bit on the cheese. So, let's see here. That tastes better. I got a pack of this Good Seasonings Italian. I think I'm going to throw that in there. It's pretty much whatever you want to use, you know. I'm going to put that in there. Give it a little bit more flavor. I'm going to use some of this Italian style cheese. Looks like something on my floor. And then I'm going to stir this pasta in it. I always get my glasses all dirty. Alright. You turn that down for now, or off. I don't want to use all this pasta in there. So I'll do it like this. But that's hot. This is a lot of pasta. And like I said, I'm going to keep some for a little bit of pasta salad. So let me start with that. Put a little bit of cold water on that to get it I should have put some butter on there, but I figured because I was doing it right away, wouldn't have been a big deal. Okay, let me get more pasta. This I'm going to use this for the ones I put in the oven. So. I have some going to Amanda's house too, so that's why I make a lot. Alrighty. I don't like it without having some kind of green looking, you know, like some kind of color in there. So I'm going to stick some parsley in. I can find it. I know I got parsley, I just got to know where it's at. I don't see the parsley right now. I'll put a little bit more oregano in it for now. I wanted to have some parsley in there, but I don't see it. I must be in the cupboard. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of, just to bring out that other flavors, just a touch of this red pepper flakes, not a lot. All right. And like I said, I got to get some out for Amanda before I put the shrimp in there. So, a little bit more of this in there. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to pull some of this out so you'll be able to see it anyways. And then the rest of it I'm going to stick in this pan. Let me get this out and then I'll put the shrimp in. There's the pasta itself. And I'm going to take a fork and try a little bit of it. Make sure it tastes okay. Watch out, it's quite hot. Yeah, that's good. All right, so I'm going to stick this shrimp in it now. Alrighty, so I'm going to spray this pan a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to put some in the, oven. out. Okay, there's that. Then I'll put a little bit of this Parmesan in the middle of it, and then I'll put the rest on top. A little bit of that, a little bit of this, and I'll leave the rest for the top of it. And just a little bit of this. Okay. The rest of this up on here. And then I'll put it in the oven and bake it for about half an hour or so. I'm gonna have it on 375, so that'll be good. Let me get on spatula out. I probably won't get when I put the, oh, there's a spaghetti noodle on the floor, that's why. Yeah, it tastes a lot better after you put the shrimp in it. Okay. There's that. I'm going to sprinkle this with this cheese. That's just the Parmesan cheese, so. And then I'll put the rest of this on the top of it too. And I think that'll do us. I'll put it in the oven and bake it for about a half an hour or so. So I'll probably come back about 4:30. I'm going to let it sit and rest a little bit then. So I'll probably come back around 4:30 to show it to you. After I get it all done. There's a noodle on the floor. Alrighty, let's put it in here. I'm gonna let it hang out in there for a little bit. That'll give it a little bit more flavoring too. That's for Amanda. So we'll just put that to the side. Alrighty, there you have it. And then with the rest of this, I'm just going to cut up some. I just always make myself a little pasta. I just make myself a little pasta, cold salad. I put some onion in it. And a lot of times I'll take this to work. And I put like, sometimes I use Italian dressing, sometimes I use French, sometimes I use both. Just depends what I have in there. I just like cold pasta. And actually in your alley, you can always, I don't think that's going to be big enough. You can always, not to toss that in. You can always put this in the microwave too, and you can heat it up a little bit if you want. I'm gonna put some olives in there. Like I said, I do like to put cheese in mine, but I am trying to stay away from so much cheese. So I think we're just going to leave that out. But I do like olives a lot. So I do it like this. Like I said, I do like the olives. And a lot of times when I'm working, if Steve wants something for lunch, he'll just grab some of this. So you don't have to put the olives in it. I just like olives. I have Skinny Girl balsamic vinaigrette, but I don't like to have all balsamic vinaigrette. I think I could have swore I had a, maybe not. Could have swore I had a Skinny Girl Italian. I must have used it, but I do have this Ken's Italian. That's the Italian. So what I'll do is I'll put some of each in it. Like I said, I do like the balsamic in there for because it does give it a decent flavor. But I don't like to use all balsamic because then it gets overpowering. And I just do like this and then put it in a container. Stick it in the fridge, and if it comes out that it's not enough, when it, you know, after it gets cold, if it's not enough dressing for you, you can always just slap some more on there. That's all I do with the rest of it. I usually use penne pasta, but I'll use this today. So, like I said, it has olives and onion in it. I'm not going to put any cheese in. And there you have it. It's just a cold salad. I enjoy just eating that. So, like I said, that's in the oven. I'll be back about 4:30. I'll come back and show you what this looks like after it's done. Other than that, I won't be back tomorrow because I have to work. I'm not quite sure about Saturday yet. I might come and do a dessert on Saturday. So, but everybody have the rest of their day. Have a good day. Have a good day tomorrow. Stay blessed. And always forget you are loved. Never forget you are loved. All right.
Done?